Hello, world. I'm Jack, and welcome to English Speaking Studio.
I'm Lucy. So what are you waiting for? Let's dive in and make learning English an unforgettable journey.
So let's deep dive into the connection between happiness and success.
Okay.
And find out if we might have it backward.
Interesting.
What if happiness isn't the result of success, but like the key to unlocking it?
It's a question that has fascinated philosophers and scientists for centuries.
Yeah.
And you're right, we often fall into the trap of thinking, I'll be happy when. It's as if happiness is this distant destination we're striving to reach, always just out of grasp.
I have a friend who landed her dream job after years of relentless hustle.
Wow.
You'd think she'd be on cloud nine, right?
Totally.
But about 6 months in, she confessed to feeling restless and unfulfilled. She told me, I thought this job would be the answer to everything. Turns out I was chasing the wrong thing. Success didn't magically fix everything. It really got me thinking.
Yeah.
What if that I'll be happy when mindset is actually setting us up for disappointment?
That's a classic example of what psychologists call the hedonic treadmill. Imagine a treadmill where you keep running and running, but never actually get anywhere.
Yeah.
That's what happens with happiness when we tie it to external achievements.
Mm.
We get a temporary boost from hitting a goal, but our brains quickly adapt to this new baseline and we're right back to chasing the next thing.
So we're constantly chasing a moving target.
Exactly. We get that initial high from achieving something, but it fades remarkably quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. That amazing new car smell eventually disappears, the excitement of a new relationship settles into a comfortable routine, and even the thrill of a promotion can lose its luster after a while.
It makes me think of that Jim Carrey quote where he said, I wish everyone could get rich and famous and have everything they ever dreamed of so they can see it's not the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty profound coming from someone who seemingly has it all.
It highlights a crucial point. External achievements don't automatically translate into lasting happiness. There's a whole internal component we need to address.
So how do we break free from this hedonic treadmill? Can we actually choose to be happy now, regardless of our current circumstances?
The exciting news is that positive psychology research suggests we can.
Okay.
In fact, studies show that happiness isn't just a result of success. It can actually be a driver of it.
Hold on, are you saying being happy can actually make us more successful?
It does.
That flips the script completely.
It turns out that happiness isn't just some fluffy feel-good emotion. It has a powerful impact on our cognitive abilities, our resilience, and even our physical health. When we're happy, our brains function differently, and we're literally better equipped to achieve our goals.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. But what's the science behind this?
Okay.
How does happiness actually give us that edge?
Well, when we experience positive emotions like joy, gratitude, or contentment, our brains release a cocktail of beneficial neurochemicals, including dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins.
Oh, wow.
These neurochemicals not only boost our mood, but also enhance our cognitive functions.
So we're talking about actual changes in brain chemistry.
Absolutely. For example, dopamine is associated with motivation and reward, while serotonin plays a role in regulating mood, sleep, and appetite. When these neurochemicals are flowing, we feel more energized, focused, and driven to pursue our goals.
And what about those endorphins? I always associate those with exercise.
Endorphins are our natural painkillers, and they also contribute to feelings of euphoria and well-being. So when we're happy, we're literally more resilient to stress and setbacks.
It's like happiness is giving our brains a superpower upgrade.
It is, and the benefits go beyond brain chemistry. Happiness also has a positive impact on our physical health. Studies have shown that happy people tend to have stronger immune systems, lower blood pressure, and even recover faster from illness. When we're feeling good, we're more likely to take care of ourselves, making healthier choices that further contribute to our well-being and success.
So it's a positive feedback loop. Happiness fuels success, which in turn can lead to more happiness.
Yeah.
It's like we're breaking free from that hedonic treadmill and stepping onto a happiness escalator instead.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so we've established that happiness isn't just some fleeting feeling.
Right.
It's a powerful force that can actually drive success. But I think a lot of people might be wondering,
Yeah.
how do I actually become happier? Life can be pretty chaotic and stressful. It's easy to let those positive vibes slip away.
That's where those practical strategies we touched on earlier come in. You shared some really interesting research on evidence-based practices that can help boost happiness even amidst the busyness of life. And the great thing is, many of these strategies are surprisingly simple to implement.
Give us the goods. What are some of these happiness hacks that we can start using today?
One of the simplest yet most powerful practices is gratitude. Taking just a few minutes each day to reflect on what you're thankful for
Right.
can have a profound impact on your overall well-being.
I've heard a lot about gratitude journals. Does it really make a difference just writing things down?
Research suggests it does. When we intentionally focus on the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small, we're essentially rewiring our brains to notice and appreciate the good.
Huh.
It's like we're training our minds to scan for the positive rather than defaulting to negativity.
So it's not just about feeling grateful. It's about actively shifting our perspective.
Yeah.
What else have you got?
Another strategy that's surprisingly effective is celebrating small wins.
Oh, yeah.
We often get so caught up in chasing those big, audacious goals that we forget to acknowledge and appreciate the smaller victories along the way.
I'm definitely guilty of that. I tend to focus on what's not done yet instead of celebrating what I've already accomplished.
It's a common tendency, but it's important to remember that progress is progress, no matter how incremental.
Right.
Celebrating those small wins creates a sense of momentum and reinforces the belief that we're capable of achieving our goals. Plus, it releases those feel-good neurochemicals that we talked about earlier, creating a positive upward spiral.
So it's like we're creating a ripple effect of positivity by acknowledging those everyday achievements.
Exactly. And another crucial aspect of happiness is nurturing our social connections. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and strong relationships are essential for our well-being.
That makes perfect sense. We're not meant to go through life alone.
Right. Spending quality time with loved ones, nurturing friendships, and even engaging in positive interactions with colleagues or strangers can significantly boost our happiness levels. And those strong social bonds provide a sense of belonging, support, and purpose, which are all crucial ingredients for a fulfilling life.
I know I always feel more energized and upbeat after spending time with people I care about.
And that's not just anecdotal. It's backed by science.
Right.
Studies have consistently shown that people with strong social connections tend to be happier, healthier, and even live longer. So make time for those face-to-face interactions.
Yeah.
They're truly an investment in your well-being.
And speaking of investments, what about investing in ourselves? I've been hearing a lot about the importance of mindfulness and self-care.
Those are both fantastic strategies for cultivating happiness. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment, paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment.
Yeah.
It's about cultivating a sense of awareness and acceptance of what is, rather than getting caught up in worries about the past or anxieties about the future.
I've tried some mindfulness exercises before, like meditation, but I always struggle to quiet my mind.
It takes practice.
Yeah?
But even a few minutes of mindful breathing or a short guided meditation can make a difference. And there are so many different approaches to mindfulness. You just have to find what works for you. It could be spending time in nature, listening to calming music, or even engaging in activities that bring you joy and allow you to fully immerse yourself in the present moment.
So it's about finding those pockets of stillness amidst the chaos of daily life.
Exactly. And self-care is equally important. It's about prioritizing activities that nourish your physical, emotional, and mental well-being.
Right.
It's about treating yourself with kindness and compassion and giving yourself permission to rest, recharge, and do things that bring you joy.
That can be tough, especially when we're feeling overwhelmed with responsibilities.
It can be, but it's essential to remember that self-care isn't selfish. It's essential. When we take care of ourselves, we're better equipped to show up fully for others and to pursue our goals with energy and enthusiasm.
It's like putting on your own oxygen mask first before assisting others.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And self-care can take many forms. It could be as simple as taking a relaxing bath, reading a good book, or spending time in nature. Or it could involve activities that help you connect with your passions, like painting, dancing, or playing music. The key is to find what truly nourishes you and make it a regular part of your routine.
All this talk about happiness and self-care makes me think of something I've been wrestling with.
Okay.
If I'm focusing so much on being happy and content, won't I lose my ambition? Will I just want to sit around being blissful all the time?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's a common concern. But the truth is, happiness and ambition are not mutually exclusive.
Okay.
In fact, they can work beautifully together.
So it's not about choosing one over the other.
Exactly. Think of happiness as the fuel and ambition as the engine. You need both to power your journey toward a fulfilling life. When you're happy, you're more energized, more resilient, and more likely to persevere through challenges. You're also more creative and innovative, better able to come up with new ideas and solutions.
So happiness isn't about becoming complacent or losing our drive.
Not at all.
Okay.
It's about approaching our goals from a place of joy and abundance rather than scarcity and pressure. It's about embracing the journey, not just the destination. And when we're genuinely happy, success feels more meaningful and fulfilling because it's not something we're desperately chasing. It's a natural byproduct of living a life aligned with our values and passions.
That's a powerful shift in perspective. Instead of saying, I need to succeed to be happy, we can start saying, I'm happy now so I can succeed.
Whoa, that's profound. It takes the pressure off and allows us to approach our goals with more ease and confidence.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that happiness isn't something we achieve after we've reached a certain level of success.
Yeah.
It's a choice we can make right now, regardless of our circumstances.
Right.
And when we choose happiness, we unlock a world of possibilities.
This is all so inspiring. I'm already feeling more energized and optimistic just thinking about these strategies, but I have to admit, I'm a little overwhelmed.
Sure. Where do I even begin?
It's small. Pick one or two of the strategies we've discussed that resonate with you and make them a part of your daily routine. Maybe it's a 5-minute gratitude practice each morning or a commitment to spending 30 minutes a day doing something you truly enjoy.
I like that. Small, consistent steps. No need to overhaul my entire life overnight.
Exactly. And remember, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to happiness.
Right.
What works for one person may not work for another. Experiment, be patient with yourself, and have fun with it.
This has been so insightful. I'm already feeling inspired to start incorporating some of these practices into my own life, and I can't wait to hear what else you have to share in part 3.
We'll be back with more insights and strategies to help you create a life where happiness and success thrive.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, exploring the science behind happiness and its impact on success.
It has been a lot.
And while it's fascinating to understand the why, I think we're ready to tackle the how. How do we actually integrate these happiness-boosting strategies into our daily lives in a way that feels, doable?
Right.
Life can be pretty demanding.
Sure.
How do we make happiness a priority amidst the chaos?
That's where the rubber meets the road. It's one thing to grasp the importance of happiness intellectually, but quite another to embody it consistently. The key is to shift our thinking from happiness as a destination to happiness as a practice.
Okay.
An ongoing process of cultivating habits and rituals that support our well-being.
So instead of waiting for happiness to magically appear when we achieve something,
Right.
we're taking proactive steps to create it.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about making those small, consistent choices that nourish our well-being even amidst the challenges.
Yeah.
Think of it like building a muscle.
Okay.
The more we engage in happiness-boosting practices, the stronger those happiness muscles become, making us more resilient and better able to navigate life's ups and downs.
Okay. I'm liking this happiness muscle analogy.
Good.
But with so many different strategies, where do we even begin?
Right.
It can feel a bit overwhelming.
You're right. It's important to start small.
Okay.
Instead of trying to overhaul your entire life overnight, focus on incorporating 1 or 2 changes at a time. Maybe you commit to a 5-minute gratitude practice each morning, or dedicate 20 minutes to a walk in nature a few times a week.
Those are great examples.
Yeah.
And as those small changes become habits, we can gradually layer in more, right?
Exactly.
Bringing a ripple effect of positivity.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of consistency.
Right.
Even those seemingly small actions, when practiced regularly, can have a profound impact on our overall well-being.
So consistency over intensity, got it.
Yes.
What about those times when negativity creeps in?
Sure.
Those days when it feels like everything is going wrong.
Yeah.
How do we stay on track with our happiness practice when life throws those inevitable curveballs?
That's where self-awareness comes in. It's essential to pay attention to our self-talk, those internal dialogues we have with ourselves. The way we speak to ourselves has a huge impact on our mood and outlook.
Oh, I'm definitely guilty of negative self-talk sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like my inner critic loves to chime in at the worst possible moments.
We all have that inner critic.
Yeah.
But the good news is we can challenge those negative thoughts
Okay.
and reframe them in a more positive and realistic light. It's about recognizing those negative thought patterns
Right.
and consciously choosing to replace them with more supportive and encouraging ones.
So it's like we're training our minds to focus on the good rather than getting stuck in those negative loops.
Precisely. And when we do that, we create a more positive and supportive internal environment
Mm.
that allows us to navigate challenges with more grace and resilience.
Mm.
It's like we're building a buffer against stress and negativity.
This makes me think about the concept of visualization. I've heard athletes use it to improve their performance.
Yeah.
Could we use visualization to boost happiness too?
Absolutely. Visualization is a powerful tool that we can use to create a mental blueprint for the life we want to live.
Okay.
By taking time each day to visualize ourselves experiencing happiness, success, and fulfillment,
Mm-hmm.
we're essentially programming our subconscious minds to work towards those goals.
So it's not just wishful thinking.
No,
It's about actively shaping our beliefs and expectations.
exactly. And when we combine visualization with positive affirmations,
Yeah.
those short, powerful statements that reinforce our desired outcomes,
Right.
we're sending a clear message to ourselves and to the universe about what we want to create.
It's like planting seeds of happiness that will eventually blossom into reality. I love that. But let's be real. There will be times when life throws some serious shade our way.
It happens.
How do we stay committed to our happiness practice when things get tough? When those weeds of negativity start to sprout up in our happiness garden.
That's where self-care and boundaries come in. It's about making those conscious choices that nourish our physical, emotional, and mental well-being.
Right.
It's about setting healthy boundaries, prioritizing rest and recharge time, and surrounding ourselves with positive influences.
So it's about creating an environment that supports our well-being both internally and externally.
Exactly. It's about recognizing our own needs and giving ourselves permission to prioritize those needs without guilt or shame. And remember, self-care is not a luxury.
Okay.
It's a necessity.
Right.
When we take care of ourselves, we're better equipped to show up for others, to pursue our passions, and to navigate life's challenges with more grace and ease.
It's like putting on your own oxygen mask first before assisting others, like we talked about earlier.
Precisely. And self-care can take many forms.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as taking a relaxing bath, reading a good book, or spending time in nature.
Mm.
Or it could involve pursuing activities that connect you with your passions, like painting, dancing, or playing music. The key is to find what truly nourishes you and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine.
It's like creating a personalized happiness toolkit that we can draw from whenever we need a boost.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to seek support when you need it.
Okay.
Whether it's from a therapist, a coach, or a trusted friend, having a supportive network can make all the difference.
Right.
Remember, you don't have to go it alone.
It's a good reminder that we're all in this together, navigating the ups and downs of life.
We are. And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
Happiness is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's the fuel that powers our lives, enabling us to thrive in all areas, from our relationships to our careers to our personal fulfillment. It's available to us right now in this very moment.
Wow.
And when we make the conscious choice to cultivate it, we unlock a world of possibilities.
Beautifully said.
Well,
I think the biggest takeaway for me is that happiness isn't something we chase, but something we choose. It's a practice, an ongoing journey of self-discovery and growth. And while there's no magic formula, the strategies we've discussed today provide a roadmap for creating a life filled with more joy, resilience, and fulfillment. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And remember, happiness is a choice you can make every single day.
it's been a pleasure diving deep with you. Until next time, keep shining bright.